All right, I believe I'm live everywhere. Hopefully today I won't have Instagram technical problems. Instagram has been uh, a consistent problem uh, with live streaming. So anyway, I'm Ken Schaefer, and I'm here to discuss all things related to men's sexual health. And I do a live every Thursday called the ABCs of Men's Sexual Health, and every time I go up a letter, and I'm up to P. So I'm doing the P and the ABCs of men's sexual health. So what's the word today? The word today is actually pumps, and this is a big topic, and this is an important topic for men who have ED. Most men who have ED should be using a penis pump. Not all men. There are some men uh, for whom it would injure, guys with sickle cell, guys with other blood disorders, uh, guys with compromised vasculature in their penis. So uh, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor, especially if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, um, if you have diabetes, things like that. So, uh, of course, check with your doctor. Anyway, so pumps. All right. So I'm going to review some pumps that I have used, and make some recommendations about what you should look for in a pump. There's a lot of pumps out there. Um, I've tried many of them. Most of them were junk, and fortunately, I didn't have to pay for them. But when I tried them out, they were junk. All right. So there are two basic categories of pumps: water pumps and air pumps. Uh, and they both have pros and cons. The important thing is not what kind of pump you're using, but that you're using it. Uh, and the reason you want a pump is that if you're not getting erections, if you especially if you're not getting nocturnal erections, your the tissues in your penis are not getting uh, enough blood. So you want to artificially pull blood into the penis so that uh, the tissues can get the nutrients they need, and the healing factors and the oxygen, and the tissues can remain healthy. And if they aren't healthy, they could start repairing themselves. All right, so let me start out with a pump that is very expensive, but I never really liked it. It was the first pump I used regularly. And it's called the Vaxaid, and this is what it looks like. So it comes with this attachment. So the Vaxaid, if you go to their website, they're primarily a water pump. They do say you can use this as an air pump. I did not find that it worked very well as an air pump. It's pretty good as a water pump, but they claim that you can use it in the shower and the bath. I never got this working well in the shower. I always had to use it in the bath. In the bath, it worked great. So there's here at the tip is a valve, and uh, of course you put this over your penis, and um, the primary way you're supposed to operate it is by pumping it. I thought the results with that method of pumping it uh, weren't very good. But when I use the attachment, what did I do with it? Here it is. When I use the attachment, which is placed over the valve, and you use this, I found that it worked very well. Unfortunately, there's a design flaw, or I think it's a design flaw. This does not attach very securely. So you can be in the middle of pumping, and the next thing you know, it's popping off and you're having to fiddle around with it. Okay, this is, I think this was something like $350 when I bought it. Uh, I bought it, it was recommended by Dr. Rachel Ross. Um, I don't know if she's still recommending this. I know she's moved on to another pump for that she is promoting. Uh, I think there were just too many problems with this pump, and she probably isn't promoting it any longer, but I'm not sure. All right, the vaccine. The next pump I went to was one my urologist gave me. My urologist is Dr. Paul Gittins. He has an office in Philadelphia and an office in New York City. He's an excellent doctor. He gave this to me. I'll show it to you. And this is like a no-name generic pump. I tried to find this on the internet, searching around. Um, I never really found it. I don't know who supplies it. It doesn't seem to have a name. It's a very simple pump. It's an air pump. It's not designed for water, and it's just a simple cylinder with, and the head attaches here. This is a motor. You can turn it on. I don't know if you hear that, and it will start sucking air. Uh, if there is an alternative head that you can put on this, which is a manual pump. So you put this here in place of the electric motor, pump with your finger. Um, I just use the motor. Now, I believe that even if you're going to use a water pump, you should at least have an air pump. And I think the best pumps are the ones that have a little electric motor here to either pull the air or water, whatever it's designed for. Um, they're simple, they're easy to use, uh, and if you're traveling or if you're in a place where you may not have access to some type of pool of water or something where you can use the water pump, you can just pull this out. And this has been my go-to pump. I keep coming back to this. It's easy to use. It gets the job done. I don't have to fiddle with it. Um, I forgot to bring the lubricant I use to help seal it. So I have some water-based lubricant, medical lubricant, and I put it around here and on the head of my penis. That way, the lubricant here helps form a seal, and the lubricant on the head of my penis keeps it from sticking to the plastic cylinder. All right. So this is a great example of, I'm sure this is cheap. There are other very similar uh, pumps out there, and I highly recommend one like this. All right. The next pump is quite similar in design, but this is actually both an air pump and a water pump. This is called the Tidal Wave, and I believe Dr. Rachel Ross on her site is promoting this. I think she's starting to sell them through her site. I believe that there's a waiting list. Um, I'm not sure how you get on the waiting list, but eventually she will stock up enough where there won't be a waiting list and you can buy one through her site. And if you're not already following Dr. Rachel Ross, you should be following her. Um, she has a great YouTube channel, and um, yeah, and she's on live every Thursday. In fact, she's on at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anyway, so this this is a great pump. I've started to use it. It can, as I said, it can be used as both a water and an air pump. Um, it's got the head with the electric motor. I don't know if you can hear that. It's got a valve to release it, as does this one. When you run this and turn it off, and you can release the pressure with a little button. All right. Now uh, this is what I really like about it. There's a problem with pumps, particularly the Vaxaid pump. So in case you didn't get the message, don't buy the Vaxaid pump. It's too expensive and there's too many design flaws. But it has this nice ring uh, that acts as a sealant. I still need to put some water-based lubricant on here. I also still need to put lubricant on the head of my penis so that it doesn't stick to the side. But um, it works great as both an air pump and a water pump. Um, I I've only tried it in the bath. I think it would be difficult to manage doing this in the shower. I'm not sure. Um, if you try it if you get one of these and you try it, I would love to in the shower. I would love to hear how it went. Okay, so this is the kind of box that comes in. Again, it's called the Tidal Wave. It's rechargeable it's USB rechargeable. The other one takes batteries, and I use rechargeable batteries, and I put them in there. But you can use just standard batteries. Um, it comes with rings of various sizes so that you can find the one that fits you best. And yeah. All right. So to summarize, I've tried a lot of pumps. I've I found that simpler designs work better. The Vaxaid is over designed and there's too many design flaws, and it's quite expensive. Um, the other two I showed you are very simple designs. They both come with an electric motor that does the work of pumping either the water or the air, whichever type you're using. Um, it just simplifies the whole thing. Um, and so that's a design I recommend. I've tried some others. I mostly threw them away because they were so useless. Um, Anything that comes with an attachment, many of the pumps come with some kind of attachment like the Vaxaid did, that type of thing. It just complicates everything. So stay away from that. Um, all right. So I hope I've given you a good idea of the kind of pump I would recommend. Um, Again, this is probably the most versatile pump that I own because it can do both water and air. Um, I still I still will use this if I'm in a hurry. It's just a little bit faster, a little bit simpler to get it set up and to clean up afterward. All right. A question that comes up quite often is how often should I pump? Uh, I would say there are different protocols out there, and each doctor has their own protocol. In general, they're saying a minimum of 3 days, and usually 5 days a week. I think this is something you could predict. In fact, uh, that's what I would recommend. Do it every day or 6 days a week, as often as you can. You and again, the protocols. There are a lot of different protocols. I don't think there's been a scientific study on what the protocol is, but you'll pump it up for a certain amount of time. My urologist recommends and releasing the pressure for seconds and pumping it back up for repeating that 5 times. Another doctor I talked to recommended 3 minutes of pumping, 2 minutes with pressure. Repeat that 5 times. So a significant difference in the length of time for those two protocols. Does one work better than the other? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. But what they do know is that pumping can help restore erectile function if you're having problems getting an erection naturally. A lot of research has been done on had prostate surgery, and then after the surgery, they're having trouble getting an erection. And to pump, they can get an erection again. And the whole idea is to rehabilitate the tissues in the penis. What other thing? What other things come up regularly? So you want to do it probably 5 to 7 times a week. The doctor has a specific protocol. Follow your doctor's protocol. You want to pump up at least probably about 5 times. I would say my urologist, his protocol is kind of a minimalist protocol. It's, as I said, 1 minute pumping, 30 seconds release, and repeat it 5 times. So it's something to experiment with. I would say, again, the important thing is pump, get the blood in there. How long it stays in there, does it have any added benefit? Again, anyone knows yet. All right. So I'll stop talking about pumps. If any questions about pumping, I have on pumping on my website, which I hope you can see that. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm trying new functionality, but this is my website, and if you go to my website, you access my blog and look for my blog post on pumping. All right. Now, you're watching this on some kind of social media. It's either Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Please like, share, and subscribe. And comment. Please comment. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you just want to share information, please comment. I will get back to you if you have a question. I don't see the comments while I'm on here. I'm not sure that I do, but I always check back afterwards, and I will get back to you if you comment. All right. I have a newsletter, okay? And again, if you're on Instagram, you just have to go to my profile link, and in there is are a bunch of links, and in those links are uh, places where you can send out information on a regular basis pertaining to men's health. And I also let you know what I'm doing. So if I'm going live, I'll send out an email. If I'm appearing on a podcast, I'll send out an email. If I'm doing a live with someone else, I'll send out an email. I was just featured on a podcast. It's called Resisting Beta. It's a men's health podcast. Um, uh, so if you're on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, look for Resisting Beta, one word, and maybe I can type it in here. Okay. Do a search on that, and you can find it's a great podcast. You can find the one I appeared on. It was just released on Tuesday. Um, I think it went pretty well. So I hope you'll check that out. Uh, check out my other social media. Um, all right. So subscribe to me. Like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Um, and check out Resisting Beta. Check out the podcast. Check out my episode. I have links to it. Again, if you're on Instagram, go to my profile link, and you'll find a link in there to that YouTube video. If you're on other social media, I have posts linking to the podcast and everything else. I'm very good about posting. So I think I'll end it here because I can get rambling, and I think I'm starting to ramble. So until next week, thank you for watching, and goodbye.